So today we are going to get water. We have a 1,000-liter tote inside, which is running low. We get our water from the river, which is that way. It runs along our property. So this is our setup that we use to go get the water. We got a Ford Ranger and this military trailer with another 1,000-liter tote here. This is a ammo trailer from World War II, so it's rated for a lot of weight and it has worked perfectly for how we use it. So we're going to show you what we do at the river and then how we transfer the water from this tote to our inside tote. So we are standing on the river right now. You can start seeing some ice there.
It's actually wet. It's slush there. That's weird.
Can you see the spot where you previously cut it?
I think you're on it.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I think that's the spot.
Oh yeah. That is pretty much where I was standing, so that's nice. So we just use a chainsaw to cut a hole into the ice. Right now it's not that thick. Now we have our hole in the ice down there. We're gonna set up our sump pump. That's probably the biggest downfall of our system is the sump pump hose. We put a quick connect on it so that it's easy to take on and off. I think what we should do is just start storing it inside because sometimes the water freezes and that's not ideal. I don't know if you can see it, but the sump pump right now is at the bottom. The river is not deep at all. So we try not to let it rest against the bottom, otherwise it usually sucks up a lot of dirty stuff and we want it as clean as possible, obviously. So we usually just tie the power cord to the...
trying a different thing now.
Okay, apparently we do something different actually. Oh, he's got an alligator clip there that he just pinned the cord to on the trailer, just so that the sump pump doesn't rest right against the bottom. That's only like a foot deep, maybe a foot and a half. Which is crazy because going into winter it was way higher. It's the first time it's ever actually gone down during the winter. So that's kind of weird. But yeah, he's got the generator running now. We always let it run a little bit just to get anything dirty or any ice in the line out.
There's definitely some ice.
Like I said, biggest flaw of the system is the sump pump hose, and we're dealing with that right now. Must be some kind of ice blockage in it. We're not getting enough water. There we go. We got the ice out of the hose. Now we can put it into the tote. Alright, so that's pretty much the river setup. We use a chainsaw to cut the ice. We put the sump pump in. We have the pump running off of our generator, which we have up front here. And this is an old military trailer that's rated for a lot of weight, so that's been really nice to have. Alright, so we're back at the house now. This right here is actually a back room that we built on about 2 years ago now, and that's where we store our water and water filters and food and everything like that. It's so convenient to have that space now. So we just put a port in the wall there. It's made for a camper. And that's where we send our hose through, as you can see. Whoa. There we go. So we just put the hose through from inside. We keep this hose inside so that it doesn't freeze. Then we got this adapter to convert the water tote to a garden hose, and we just have a little filter on there. It's the pre-filter so that it gets some of the bigger stuff out, so that doesn't end up in our inside water tank. Alright, now we gotta go get it set up inside. Alright, so we're now in the back room I was telling you about. This is the room we built onto our house. So this originally before was an exterior wall, and we built this room on just to have our water tote in here. Our solar setup is in there, our batteries are down there, and all of our canned food and canning supplies and stuff are also in here. So it's been so nice to be able to have this. So I'm going to show you now how we set up our pump and everything to transfer our water. Alright, so this here is the pump that we use. We bought it on Vever, I think that's how you say it. It was $100 and some, and it's a cast iron pump, and it has done a really good job for what we need it for. It is a little bit loud, that's the only complaint I would have, but it works really well. So we have this port, that's what I showed you on the outside, and that's where we run our hose through. It's nice that you can just shove something in there and then still close this so not all the cold comes in when you're doing this. So we just hook up our hose onto the pump here, and that's hooked up to the tank outside. We just then have this short hose that goes into the tank, and that's pretty much all there is to it. We put on this little valve when we got the pump because you always have to prime it, so we just open it up, and we always keep a jug of water in case we were to ever run out of water completely, so we always have enough water to prime it. So we just use this in this little funnel to fill the pump up to prime it. And once I hear it running, I know it's definitely full enough. And then we just close this valve here, and that's good to go. So it's a really simple setup. This pump is not as fast as the sump pump. At the river, it takes about 20 minutes to fill that tote up, and this pump to transfer it from the tank usually takes about 40 minutes. So if we do it on a day that it's too cold, we have had it where this hose froze solid and we had to bring it inside and set it up again after it de-thawed. So we try to do it only when it's not so cold. Like, we don't want to do it when it's minus 30 because that will definitely freeze. But other than that, we've had no problems with this setup. It has worked really well. And when we were building this room, we had put an outlet right here because we knew this is kind of going to be our setup. So we're able to plug it in right there. And if we aren't able to do it on a day where we have enough solar to run the pump, then we just have a plug outside to plug the generator into, and then the generator powers our house. So then we just have this running on the generator. So I've really enjoyed this setup. I'll just plug the pump in here for a second so you can hear what I mean by how loud it is. So it's really not a problem, other than the fact that our baby can't be napping when we're pumping our water because it's pretty loud. But like I said, it works really good. So I'll show you guys now a little bit about our filter setup. Alright, so this is our filter setup. We have a small filter here that just filters out the big sediment before our pump from the water pump. That's just a C-flow, just a small pump, but it's worked really well. And from the pump, it goes to this filter right here. That's a washable mesh filter. So when we want to rinse it out, we just open this valve, we put a bucket here or whatever, and that rinses that filter out. We then have a 30 micron filter. That's a 5 micron filter, and then a 5 micron carbon filter. So those are just these right here. They're just the Rain Fresh filters. So these filters have done a super good job. This is what we use for showering and for washing our dishes. Then we have another filter under the kitchen sink, and that's a ceramic washable filter, and that's what we use for our drinking water. So we no longer have to go buy our drinking water. That has been amazing, and the filtered river water actually tastes so much better than the water that we were going to buy at the store anyways. So that has been so awesome that we can be self-sufficient in having our own drinking water now and not relying on going to buy it. So we also have our propane water heater right there. Earlier we were just heating up wood on a wood stove, and that's what we use for our showers and doing dishes and stuff. And when we built this room, we decided to get a propane water heater, and that has also been amazing. It's definitely a luxury. We did 4 years of just heating water on the wood stove. We've had this set up for about a year now, so it has been really nice. I don't love that now we rely on propane, but at least we know that if we ever have a situation where we can't get propane, we know how to heat it up on the wood stove and everything. So but I have really enjoyed having that propane water heater. We have that plumbed to our bathroom and to our kitchen sink. So we try to keep a log of how often we have to change the filters. We just keep it written down there. And so far in the year that we've had this setup, we've only changed the filters twice, and that's river water, right? So that's a really good setup we found. These filters aren't very expensive. I think they're, I want to say $10 each, so it's not horrible. Even the filter housing, I think they were $50 each. So it's a very affordable setup, and it's done a really good job. The filter under the kitchen sink was a little bit more expensive, but like I said, it's so worth it. We don't have to go buy water anymore. So I think that's our whole setup. If there's anything I missed or you have any questions, just let us know down below and we will answer them. And we will see you guys all in the next video.